What's up, everybody? Let's talk about the trades I made for today, August 23rd, or actually August 24th, sorry. Yep. And let's jump right into it. Crude oil. This is where the money was made. I actually traded this last night, upper left-hand corner, August 23rd. Central Standard Time, I made this trade around 8:50 p.m. at night. My time, you can see I'm trading E-micro oil contracts, crude oil contracts there, December. Right side of the screen in the yellow rectangles, you can see at this point, you'll see a 29 by 9, which means I already traded 9 contracts. I was up $330 at this point. I took on another 20 contracts, guys and gals, 20. So definitely took a bigger bite than I normally would, bigger position than I normally would, because I really had a lot of confidence that crude oil was going to do very well. I had talked about this back on Sunday, that I thought that there was going to be a trade coming up on crude oil. And yesterday I actually traded crude oil as well. I don't remember what I made, $350 on that day on crude oil, somewhere around there. So I took 20 contracts in addition to the 9 I already took. I was up 330 at this point. Really nice trade. Let's take a look at the second screenshot real quick. This is going to be a short video here today, guys. You can see I got the trailing stop in the middle of the screen for those 20 contracts. Just sitting there. Market moved enough for me to put the trailing stop in. Things are looking good. You know, it's a good feeling when you, for you traders out there, or those that are just learning and you're trying to understand how to trade, just to share here a little bit, it's a good feeling once you get that trailing stop put in place. Okay, that means the price has moved enough to where you know you can lock in the profits. That's a nice feeling, okay? Okay, next screenshot. At this point, you can see the trailing stop is no longer in the middle of the screen. This is really just like 20 or 30 minutes later, okay? You look at the right side of the screen there in the yellow rectangle, you see I'm up $545. Okay, the market moved like quick. It literally jumped up, right? It jumped up like, whatever, $200 worth of profit like in a matter of just a few minutes. And the trailing stop just, I was happened to be watching it at the time. Sometimes I just put my trailing stop in and go do other stuff and let it do its thing, right? I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to sit there and watch it. But I happened to be watching it this time. And it was just a sight to behold, right? As the price was going up, the trailing stop was trailing right behind it, trailing right behind it. You know, whatever my trail was, just trailing behind it all the way up. Eventually, it got a little exhausted and ran out of steam and then trailed back a little bit, hit my stop. Boom, I was out. $545 later, guys. So I said before, for those of you that watch my YouTube channel, you know what I'm going to say. Those of you who haven't, lock in your profits. You know, don't be silly. Don't leave your positions hanging open. Now, it does happen occasionally when you're in that gray area where you can't put in your trailing stop yet, though you could put in stop losses. Okay. But yeah, I mean, lock in your profits. I see way too many traders leaving positions just hanging. The prices move up and down, especially in futures where the prices are volatile. And then they're 1 minute they're happy because they're profitable, next minute they're sad because they lost a bunch of money. Then they panic and they sell. I'm not gonna lie, I've been there. I know, you panic, you sell. I get it, it happens. Okay, but if you get the opportunity to lock in your profits, lock them in, right? So the big money, guys, was in crude oil. Okay, the crude oil could continue to go up tomorrow. I'll keep a close eye on it to see if there is more in that crude oil. So if I do take a position, of course, I'll let you know. All right, let's take a look at what I think is going to be possibly a good trade coming up, and that's gold. Okay, upper left-hand corner there. I took this screenshot about 20 minutes before the futures market closed today. These are the big contracts, GC. I'd be trading the MGCs, which simply means the micro contracts, but basically the same data, right? Right side of the screen there in the yellow circles, you can see that right now, today, gold just kind of sitting there, right? Just kind of sitting in a little red candlestick. And on the stochastic momentum index, just below the pricing, that bluish red squiggly looking line indicator, that's pretty high. Okay, it's not the highest it's ever been, but it's definitely on the high side. Okay, the Big Daddy forecast, the predictive indicator is saying just moving sideways. There was a slight increase, I believe, in the Big Daddy, maybe just a touch. You go to the bottom there, the GVZ, that is actually the gold's volatility indicator. Okay. And even though compared to yesterday, the volatility is down, which means there's a little bit of indecision going on here, right? A little bit indecision. And I'm not 100% sure that volatility indicator feels like it's a day behind, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to look into that, see what's going on there. I'm not sure it's accurate. It could be a day behind, not 100% sure. Okay. But in any case, gold is on the daily chart only now, is looking a little shaky that there could be, maybe, a potential trade coming up here. I don't know. It could be tomorrow. It might not happen. We'll see if it materializes, right? But I'm keeping a close eye on this gold on the futures contracts because I think there might be a possibility for a short side trade, okay? So that's my take on where I think the opportunities are at. Gold looks like potentially the biggest opportunity. Crude oil could continue to be, okay? And then real quick, we'll look at the S&P 500, which there's nothing here to report, okay? I mean, you can see the candlestick. There ain't nothing left on that candlestick. That thing is cooked. Now, so certainly I didn't make any trade on that today. Who's going to trade that puny little thing? Okay, the Big Daddy forecast down there below says that tomorrow will be a down day. And it doesn't really say it's almost sideways, so it's not like a big indication that it's going to go down, but there's a small indication it could go down tomorrow. But the momentum says things are great. So Stochastic Momentum Index says things are great. There's going to continue to be new highs. The VIX, the third indicator down there, that like beige looking line, the VIX 17.22. I noticed that it was a little bit higher volatility. Not much, just a little bit. I think yesterday was 17.15, today 17.22. So that's just a slight indication that the market's exhausted. But this is kind of typical once you come out of these lows where you get like some 2 or 3 really big candlesticks. It happens a lot. It'll run out of gas, and then it might trade down for a day. And then it'll do that methodical, watch the paint dry on the wall where it marches slowly up every day forever, like, 2 weeks in a row. If you look back about, 7 or 8 trading days, you can see all those little candlesticks in there, right? So those type of days, if you're going to trade those, in my opinion, I would just keep it super small. 1 or 2 contracts, whatever constitutes small for you. And then, that's a swing trade where you got to wait it out for like 3, 4, 5 days or 7 days, whatever trading days you need to go by before you can make any money on it. So I don't see at the moment anyway anything in the S&P 500. If it changes and I think there's something there to trade, I'll trade it and I'll share it with you guys. But right now, there ain't nothing there. Okay, short and sweet today. Crude oil could be another trade tomorrow. Not sure. I'll keep an eye on it. Gold futures looks like something on the daily chart only because the monthly and the weekly both continue to kind of hint that gold is going to go up. But on the daily, we could see a temporary pullback. If it happens, I'll trade it. Of course, I'll share it with all of you. All right. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys and gals. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Of course, click the little bell so you get notified all the videos we put out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.